해피하밤이 삐츠부 카파르프 이비 이삐 해피하밤에 삐츠부 덮어 스부테페 기비나파 오브 해피하바가파 호보이비 호보이비 아파르프 아파르프 스프마파 호파트 베케 베츠부 덮어요 뽀가파이 비르프프무 으프 이해야 네트에 싸가서
Wait, don't go in there. He's doing his podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Successfully Failing Podcast. Danny in the house. I'm here with X.
Hey.
Chris is in the background playing NBA 2K. Nick is missing again. He died. Nah, he's working, I think. But, yeah, so we're here. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. The New York Comic-Con 2017 just passed, so we got a bunch of experiences to share, I guess. WWE Hell in a Cell, New Japan Pro Wrestling, King of Pro Wrestling event, and throw in some new trailer talk. We had Star Wars, The Last Jedi, new Justice League trailer, and was there something else?
Pacific Rim,
there you go. But yeah, so we're gonna jump right into the New York Comic Con stuff. You guys already know the deal. Follow us, subscribe. Successfully Failing TV, Successfully Failing on iTunes. This is Successfully Failing on Instagram. Yeah, if you guys don't know by now, then you're probably not listening. So yeah, New York Comic Con 2017.
I had a blast.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted Nick to be here so he could talk about his experience, but I'm pretty sure his answer is going to be exactly this. Thank you, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice, thank you, something like that. But,
Oh, I cosplayed for the first time.
yeah, breaking news.
I didn't, no one thought that was going to happen.
And he switched it up. He wore kind of the same thing, but it was different variation of the Stars,
Raccoon City Police Department.
Yeah.
And the next day, Umbrella Corps. So if you know your video games, you know what that is.
Yep. See, he's doing big things. And then yeah, he dressed up 2 days out of the the 4.
I only had energy for 2 days.
Yeah, to his credit, there was a lot of
carrying and
yeah, a lot of stuff on his outfit. It's not like mine where I just put on paint and my regular clothes. He had like fucking padding and knee pads and elbow pads and shin guards and all this crazy shit, vests. But yeah, he got a lot of love for it. He wasn't expecting it, but told him, once you put on something, somebody's gonna recognize you. But I think the funniest thing was Sunday, Nick had came again. We were able to score him another pass. So we threw the M on his eye. So he's pretty much off-duty Bullet Club Bishop.
Yeah.
That dude became a celebrity. You had dudes coming up to him, asking about yo, Bishop, let me take a picture. X got some of that too. X had a pretty good amount of fans.
Yeah, well, not as much as Nick or you though, but I got like 1 or 2 here and there.
I think with Nick, it's because he actually kind of has the Bishop look to him, so it wasn't really like that hard. Because I mean, if you're black and you have dreads and you're a big dude, like Nick's not fat, but he's a big bodied dude, so like it almost looks like he would normally cosplay as Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, dude, you did your thing though. Looks solid.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it was really hot too for the most part for an October Comic-Con. Like
yeah, so it's like burning in that vest.
Yeah, because I think it was, well, you weren't dressed up on, I think it was Saturday. It was
Oh,
one,
yeah,
it
thank
was,
God I wasn't.
yeah, Saturday, anytime we stepped outside, it was like humid as fuck.
Yep.
And I'm over there with my sweater with the sleeves cut off, and then I had my face covered with that like bandana thing, and I'm like fucking couldn't breathe on that shit. But I mean those are minor complaints. It was awesome, man. Why don't you tell us about some of the highlights of your weekend? You know, you go from just beginning to end. Like, what was some of the things you
Oh.
saw, people you saw, moments, you know?
No, but my whole thing was the cosplay. You know, going around the show floor room, scoring some T-shirts. That's another thing of mine. I just love the T-shirts, all the nostalgia theme, like the Ninja Turtle and the Voltron and whatever. I also have to get a Superman shirt because that's what I do. What else? I was just kind of disappointed that I couldn't get to go to the panel I wanted to go because they have to take that shit down because there's some asshole in Vegas want to fucking go on a rampage.
Did we knew that before? Like when we did the last episode, did we know that then, or we didn't find out till after? Because I feel like we spoke about that, or am I just bugging?
Did we?
I don't know.
I don't
That's a good
know
question.
because I found out the was it the night before? Was it the night before Comic-Con or the?
Also, we were probably just chilling and talking about it then.
Yeah.
That sucks. Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I texted you. It was like that Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
I texted you and I was like, "Yo, this shit is bullshit."
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
But,
Something.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, but I get why they did it. But you know.
Yeah, I know that was like one thing. Actually, no, we were talking about that was like the one thing you were looking forward to.
Yeah. I didn't care about any other panels this year. It's just that one panel, and they were going to show it in one episode.
Oh, they were.
They were going to show it.
Shit.
It was supposed to be a surprise premiere.
Ah.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to see that one episode, and I can't.
Well,
Because some fucking asshole.
you're gonna have to wait, just like the rest of us. But no, it does suck. Like the fact that they something. I mean, I don't, like, not to get into this whole thing, but it's just like it's a fictional thing. Like people are gonna do what they do no matter what. So
I mean, they still get why they did it because they don't want that unnecessary backlash. I mean,
yeah, because some idiot's gonna complain about it.
Either backlash is whether it's unnecessary or not. It just doesn't look good for them. That's why they're trying to keep that squeaky clean, especially when Punisher is really a fucking glorified gun guy. So
Yeah.
I get why they did that.
It's just a shame that they have to do it because of those people.
Yeah.
And these people that probably never ever watched a Marvel product in their life, they just see something and it happens around the same time that something happened. Just to point and blame, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever though. But, yeah, so what else? Any other highlights or special moments?
Well, one cosplayer was actually cool. She was Magic. Was it Shannon Nash?
Yeah, Shannon. Yeah, I was about to bring that up too. Yeah, she's like super cool.
Yeah. She was cool, and you know, she said that we being her favorite part. I mean, of all the things that happened, and we're her favorite part. It was like, okay.
Maybe she's a really.
She's just a really nice person.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I was gonna say maybe she's like a really big Resident Evil fan. I don't know if she brought that up or whatever, but she is genuinely nice though.
Yeah,
Like, it was cool.
She is genuinely nice. Yeah.
I mean, her costume was dope.
Yeah.
Like, it was really, really, like, legit. Like, she told me that she does, like, she hasn't been doing it for long, but she's, like, does, like, I think latex suits or something like she's she wants to make, costumes and prop, like, stuff like, well, outfits for people or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, she was saying how she just started it, but she's a quick learner. So I was like, yeah, that's cool, go for it. Because you got to start somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, that's her thing. But yeah, she was really cool.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's always nice bumping into creative people and shit.
Yeah. It's just most of the people I interacted with are usually cool. Just this one lady. she's like she doesn't want to take a picture because she's taking a break, which I completely understand. You know.
You know, not for nothing. Even like, all right, so you know how it is with me. Like everybody was always asking to take pictures or whatever. Like
Mhm.
even if I have a food in my hand, I'll either take the picture with the food or,
Yeah.
well, I guess in some people's defense, it doesn't necessarily work with the cosplay if they're really one of those people that get into character. But even
I
still,
mean, but look. When I ask for a picture, I don't care what you don't even have to go into cosplay
yeah,
mode or
just be
whatever.
like, you know, put a stupid face or something.
It's all about. For me, it's all about the costume and the person in it. I don't want to see you put up a flying pose or none of that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
right?
ask for all that.
Yeah, like you could go and like, you know, do what I do and stick your finger in your nose, kind of shit. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. It's just that the costume look cool. It looks good on you. I just want to take a picture of that. You know. But you know, but from what we see, some photographers out there is on some next level fucking vision shit.
that too. I mean, it's a funny situation.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
yeah.
yeah, so I mean, yeah, yeah, one of my friend Eli went to Comic Con for the first time.
Yeah, he was
and,
cool.
And yeah, he was just like how I went for the first time. We're just like overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like I was not ready. So yeah, I'm keeping him on my radar because he wants the full 4-day tickets. Hopefully I could help him out. Whatever to get tickets. He's still fairly new to this. I just want everybody who really wants to go just experience it. I mean, just if I could help you get tickets, I will. I mean, because Comic-Con is like, for me, is like the one thing I'm looking forward to all year. Everything else, whatever.
Yeah.
I just need to go to Comic-Con.
Same here with me. There's two events in the entire year that I have to go to. What's the? Well, in Beyond, it's not hard to go to. Like, I'm talking about like, but yeah, in Beyond is one of those events.
Well, actually, before how many
But those we don't have to worry about like tickets selling out, and there's always a place for us there. So yeah, those are definitely events that like are on the radar. But like Comic-Con, even before in Beyond, it was Comic-Con and Warped Tour, for me. And yeah, it's like, yeah, like you said, like Comic-Con is something that it a lot of people should experience it. I mean, if you're into comics or
Whatever pop culture.
yeah, it could be video games, you know, movies, anime. Just if you're into that realm, then like you'll enjoy it. Whether it's one day or a weekend, like, you know, unless you're gonna do like Somebody and just, you know, sit down the whole time. but
Yeah, hanging out with my friend that's been there for the first time. You know, he wanted pictures, but at the same time he was taking pictures. You know, I mean, I was glad I was there to, you know, get most of the pictures that he wanted.
yeah,
And then another highlight for me was just I was just walking the shore floor and you know some group of guys like, oh cool, stars. And then I was like, yeah, thanks. Then they chased me down again. It's like, yo, can I get a picture? I was like, oh.
yeah, it'd be like that sometimes,
So
man.
it was like, cool, yeah, you could take a picture. Like two people wanted to take I had more people taking a picture of me with the umbrella, of course, but like, yeah, two people wanted to take a picture of me when I was wearing the Stars uniform.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, so that's when I feel like oh, so that's how the cosplayers feel and all that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I mean, I would have taken pictures all day, but you know, I only got like two or three people taking pictures.
Yeah, I mean, it is like a weird thing because like you either put on a costume that everybody's gonna want to take pictures with you, or you put on a costume that like maybe not everybody's taking pictures with you, but you get that handful of people, and it actually makes you feel a lot.
Yeah, like especially when I was walking around, everybody's like, "Oh, that's cool, Stars, that's awesome."
Yeah. Cause me personally, like, I do the Joker, but I don't do like the Suicide Squad Joker or the Heath Ledger Joker. I try to make it my own. And this year, I think I was like the whole Bullet Club thing. Like, I mean, that was cool. But my thing is with cosplay, I like to see different things. Like it kind of annoys me that most people do either something that just came out, like a movie or a show or a game.
Those gets all the pictures, man.
Yeah, or something that's about to come out, like they just saw the trailer or whatever.
Well, they released the image.
Yeah, as opposed to something like I always bring this up, Guyver. Like I would love to see a Guyver costume.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things like that, like
That's why I would like hunt down if I hear there's a guy in a Guyver suit. I will hunt. I am on the lookout for that.
like the dude that did the old school Apocalypse, like the comic book
Yeah.
Apocalypse, like that was sick.
And Blank Man.
Blank Man, yeah.
Yeah, we
Quail
saw Blank
Man's
Man.
another one. I've seen a
Yeah.
couple of those. Yeah, Blank Man was dope. The guy that did I didn't see him. I saw him this year, but I didn't see him doing the forest thing. Like last year, he was jogging around the entire con, the entire day. Like every time you've seen him, he was running. I don't think I've seen him standing once. Yeah, dude, I think he probably didn't do that same thing this year because last year probably destroyed his legs.
Yeah.
Dude was jogging the entire time. It was so funny. But yeah, like I'm trying to think of what else this year that I saw that
Oh yeah.
Sort
we
of,
saw Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake. I saw Jake the Snake twice.
Yeah, I saw him twice too.
Oh,
Yeah.
But were you with us in the artist alley or no?
No,
Oh, you just saw him another time.
I saw him another time.
Yeah, because the first time it was me, Chris, and Nick, and we were walking in artist alley and we saw him and we just was like DDT, DDT, and he looked at us like because he's trying to get his little break in or whatever. And then the second time, that was when Dreamer was there. And then what was the other time you saw him?
I was walking with Dreamer in April.
Uh-huh.
And he was like right in front of me. I was like, "Hey, Jake." He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, man. Freaking Jake the Snake."
Yeah, it's weird that I know obviously he's older and all this stuff, and
I mean, all these. I mean, well, sometimes it's just really packed and hectic, and you will never notice a celebrity's like right there next to you.
that is true. Yeah, because he looked sort of basic, like a regular person.
Yeah.
Like if maybe he worked there, that's what he looked like. Maybe he was an exhibitor or something at most. But
But he was wearing a shirt that said Jake the Snake.
I mean-
no one's
No,
there,
but-
but
with
everybody's.
his face on it.
well,
Yeah,
well,
but
the thing
still.
is, if you go back to last year when we saw John Leguizamo and X was like, "Yo, I just saw John Leguizamo," and I'm thinking automatically somebody's cosplaying as him.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
it didn't dawn on me that he was actually there. So he's like, "No, that's actually him."
And was it first year? Was it? I saw Michael Rooker.
Yeah. That first year
He was,
you
he
went.
was just walking, and everybody was just like bumping into him like he's a. I was like, dude, it's Michael Rooker right there.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, it's just. I think it's just too full and hectic for anybody to notice.
Mm-hmm. It's sometimes you really don't get it. I mean, Jim Lee passed by us,
Twice.
and twice, yeah, and yeah, it was just like 90% of the people maybe not didn't know, but just didn't realize.
Yeah.
You have to be like really like, and sometimes too, like you may know of people, especially with the artists, you may know of them, but you don't know how they look, and Jim Lee just walks around looking like a regular Asian dude.
You saw Scott Snyder just walking around. And Kai Green is just there.
Word.
Yeah,
Shout out
he's-
to Kai Green.
Yeah. And yeah, saw YouTube personality Tyrone Magnus. Pretty cool dude.
Yep, shout out to Tyrone Magnus.
Yeah. 1 million subscribers. Woo! That guy is cool.
One day.
The guy is cool, man.
Well, a little shameless plug. We're at like 909 on the Successfully Failing TV, so we're getting there.
We're at 909.
909 subscribers.
That's a whole lot more than I thought.
Yeah. I mean, I have to give a lot of credit. This is off topic. I have to give a lot of credit to that King for a Day video that I recorded
Okay.
because that shit's got like close to 600,000 views.
Oh, okay.
And that's like I think a huge reason why I have all the subscribers because of like the music videos that I post from these concerts, which sucks because they pulled all my Enter Shikari videos from the last show.
Out of
I
there.
got blocked in 200 and something countries, and the funny thing is that all my other Enter Shikari videos are fine. And the thing is, like, the thing that bothers me the most about that is I had that one video where this dude Rao gets into the crowd and sings the entire song in the crowd. One of the best moments I've ever had at a concert. And yeah, now I can't share that with nobody. So whatever. Anywho, back to Comic Con.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Tyrone Magnus, cool dude. I mean, although he does a lot of reaction videos, he does more than that. He's like one of the first YouTube personalities that I follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of there's a lot of cool YouTube ones, but he's like one of the first ones. What else? I mean, we saw freaking Bumblebee.
Yeah, that Bumblebee was dope. So is that the
Dude
same
nearly
dude?
ran me over.
Is that the same dude that did the Hulkbuster?
That's what I heard. What people were saying.
I think so.
I mean, I would think it is.
Because he usually does like one big thing every year.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dreamer follows them on not Facebook. I mean Instagram.
Yeah.
And he said he did actually it is because I saw the Hulkbuster picture.
Okay, yeah, because I know the guy that did the Megazord, the Power Ranger Megazord. He was definitely the same guy that did the Voltron last year because I seen him, but even if I didn't see him, you would kind of know because it's the same thing. Like they had the one big mech. And then the 5 Voltron, you know, or the Rangers or whatever.
The
so
Paladins.
Yeah. So word. So yeah. So like either way, but that's pretty cool. There was so much shit, man. Like one thing that gets me mad is those people that they always have something to complain about. Like I know it may be hectic to get passes. You may not have got all the passes you want, but to that, where there's a will, there's a way. If you really want to go all 4 days or whatever, 3 days it may be, you're going to find a way.
Yeah.
But people complain too much, and then I laugh at the people that they're like, they're not going to go next year. And I always tell them, I see you next year.
Good.
Yeah, just don't go. Like, don't
Save yourself the headache that you so-called experiencing.
Yeah, because, like, all right, the worst part of Comic-Con for us in my years going was waking up. And it wasn't even that hard waking up. It's just who wants to wake up at 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning or whatever, or 4 in the morning to leave at 5 in the morning to wait online for fucking like 4 or 5 hours. I mean, nobody wants to really do that, but it's always fun because we meet new people or we get to catch up with old friends for that long period of time before the show starts. Because once Comic-Con starts, the chances of you catching up with people very unlikely. Especially when you pull that shit that I do, where I dress up as the Joker. The
worst thing about Comic-Con for me is like the crowds, and I understand, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, I mean they try to open up more venues around and all that, but
yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah, it's just whatever. I mean, I'll get over it quick enough because I've been through it.
You know what you're getting into. So that's the thing. Like, this is the one time.
And plus, I don't really stay at the show floor like that. I mean, I go around.
Yeah.
Just to kill time, but I always go at the spot, then go to Cosplay Alley.
Yeah, you know if you're gonna go to the show floor, you're gonna go early and get it out the way. You know, like before people come. So it's like, and that's one of the few times that I actually tolerate all those people, because like if I'm in the city when I was working, and there was just like groups of people and like massive amounts of people on the streets or on the train, like that shit annoyed me, because you're just trying to get from point A to point B, but we all know we're getting into a big ass venue with a bunch of people, but that's what we signed up for. That's like one of the few times that I could actually live with that. But yeah, man, it's always fun though. Like it's tiring and it's grueling. Like, did you get that feeling after the first day where you felt like overly beat up for no reason?
Yeah.
Like, that was weird. I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, when I went home and my parents was asking me to do them some favors, I was like, I told my little brother, hey, just do this. I couldn't even go downstairs to the car and take things out. I couldn't even do that. My back was hurting. I was like, you know what? I'm hitting this bed. I am not moving.
Yeah, it was weird because, like, All right, so I did Warp Tour in the summer, which involved me standing all fucking day and walking and being in the sun, in crowds. I did that all day, and I don't really sit that much. But I was fine. But for some weird reason, that first day of Comic Con, nothing we never done before.
Yeah, and the thing is that then we're the next 3 days we're like, all right, we're going in at like 11, which we should have been doing basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going in like in at 11, and I felt like less beat up. I mean, I was kind of tired, but it was still manageable. My back wasn't hurting.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm looking back, I'm like, how the hell did I do this for like 3 days the previous years?
Yeah, it's weird. That's probably the worst thing. Just the grueling, like just the amount of like wear and tear it does on you just for being out that long and standing and walking around but it's so much fun, and like I do it over and over and over again.
I never like, yeah, Comic Con. Yeah, it's just so much fun. For the most part, the people are cool.
Yeah.
You know, and as for me being a first time cosplayer, you know, I just did it because of like, okay, bucket list. Let me try this once, and you know, it's pretty cool. I might do it again, most likely.
It feels weird to go to a convention not dressed up.
Well,
If it, like once you do it, it's just like you may do it once or twice every year, but once you do it, it's like you're gonna have to do it at least once, and then you start to feel like a see. But it wasn't like, you know, you weren't killing yourself like building shit and staying up all night the week before, so it was you did it a lot smarter, where, you know, piece by piece, and you know.
I mean, it's so much fun because my friend Eli, he's also cosplaying.
Yeah.
And if I the first day he was there, but I could only hang out with him for a good like half hour.
Yeah.
Before we left, and it was just fun, you know. Me and him, we take mad pictures, and we're like, hey, Marvel versus Capcom, and all that.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was so much fun.
Yeah, dude, you make an adventure out of it.
I just wish Eli was there for like, he was there hanging out with us for Tuesdays. You hear me?
The 4 days, yeah.
Yeah, the all 4 days.
Yeah, that's something like somebody like him, somebody like us. You got to do that shit all the days, because otherwise it's just like, I mean, unless you're.
Thanks.
Yeah, unless you're like one of those people that are not really into it or whatever the case is. But if you're into the shit that the same way we are, it's definitely worth doing it like a million times over. And yeah, like it was fun. I mean, that you got to try to get like a Bullet Club patch on your thing, just to switch it up a little bit. That Bullet Club shit was crazy this year. Like, it was awesome because outside of Comic-Con, it's gonna go back to being a super underground thing. But being that there's so many people in that one area, we ran across so many Bullet Club fans, and it felt cool. Like, it was almost like you didn't even have to cosplay.
Last year it was like I only came across like 3 or 4 Bullet Club guys.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because it was a lot harder to get the shirts now that they're in Hot Topic and whatnot, it's a lot easier. So it's like, I guess maybe people knew about it, but
at the time we got the shirts at the time.
I know, but we got them through Pro Wrestling Tees, and a lot of people didn't know that.
But if anybody knows Bullet Club, they should know Pro Wrestling Tees.
That's true. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like because it became more accessible to get, because yeah, you could do the whole Pro Wrestling Tees, but there's a lot of like club fans that like they didn't even know where to get the shit from. Like, they'll still even ask you now like where to get the shit from, but whatever. But either way, it was pretty interesting running into all these like people and whatnot that were like, you know, fans, and every time somebody too sweeted me, I just yell out "fuck the revival." So I was doing that shit all. Oh, matter of fact, I gotta work on that video. I think I must have got like maybe, I want to say at least, well, I recorded at least 10 like "fuck the revival" thingies. So I just want to do a little video thing with the Too Sweet song playing in the background and just bleep out the entire "fuck the revival." Make it sound like a really shitty bleep, but But that Bullet Club Joker, like, I don't really like. Usually, I don't really care if it's nice when you get recognition from certain people. But like, this is the one time that I want the Bullet Club to see this shit. I want to know what they think about it. Like, I really, really want to know, cause like I felt like a fucking wrestler this weekend. Just the whole get up and everything. Like, I felt like a wrestler, and then I took pictures with my friend Lily. On Saturday, we had this shoot planned out since we had met last year. Because last year I told the story. Well, I told the story about last year, and I think the last episode, where I was waiting for me and Chris were waiting outside after Comic-Con was over, and I ran into Lily, and she was all like, oh, blah blah blah, and like, we took some pictures with one of my friends. And since that day, we were always talking about getting together and doing like a really cool Joker Harley Quinn shoot. So we finally got to do it. And we took a shoot with my friend Douglas, and then we took a shoot with I just met him. His name was Marlon, another photographer. And the photos we took in both shoots were crazy. Like, they were fucking sick as fuck. I'm dying to get all of them. Like, the one with Douglas. There was this one idea where I forgot who it was that came up with it, that I would stand against the wall with my ass poking out, and she had like the mallet thing. No, it was a bat. She had a bat, and it was like one of those really cheap plastic bats. So I told her, I was like, they wanted to get her hitting me with it. So I hate. This is one thing. I'm not. I don't label myself a cosplayer or whatever like that. I mean, I do it. It's fun, but I cannot stand when people do those action shots, like at least with like weapons, and they just like the expressions on their face, and there's no like, everything's so loose and it doesn't look like convincing. Like, if you're trying to, and most of these cosplayers, they really try to go in and embody that personality. So like, yo, fucking tense up your muscles and shit like that. Like, don't be afraid to get in and make it look real for the photo. Like, I was taking pictures with So, oh yeah, back to the thing. So I told her, just whack me in the butt with it as hard as you can, because it was a really cheap bat. So I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking die. And the pictures actually came out really good. So he did like the continuous shots. He kind of make like a GIF, and like, you just see it. You see the difference in her in the photo, where she looks like she's actually hitting me, and it looks like, it doesn't just look like she's like holding the bat just for photo's sake. And then, like, anytime, like, I would put, like, my arm around her neck, I would tell her, look, I'm gonna make it look real. And I would always ask her, like, are you okay? Are you dying on me? Mm-hmm. Only because, like, it just looks more convincing. Like, I hate when I see the photos of myself and I'm just like, I don't know. But, so, the action photos, I try to make them look as real as possible. Like, when we met this dude, the Golden Ticket? Is that his Instagram name? I always forget his name. I like, cause I met so many new people. And I have to properly shout him out. Yeah. So the Golden Ticket. I know on Instagram he goes by the name of Midas Black. That's his wrestling name. I think he said his name was Nate. I forgot. My bad, dude. If you're listening to this, but yeah. So Midas is a wrestler, and like, he actually let me hit him with that Lucille bat. And, like, it was cool to do that, because I just like making shit look real like that. Anyways, but, yeah, shout out to Midas with his Prince get up. It's funny, he came up to us, he's a Bullet Club fan. I was like, Prince is a Bullet Club fan? Get out of here. Yeah, what else, man? There was, I had so much to talk about, man. Yeah, like, it was just really cool. The only annoying thing about the Bullet Club thing is fucking, it wasn't, the mask I was wearing wasn't an actual bandana. It was just the sleeve for my shirt, so it kept falling every time I'm conversing with people. Mm-hmm. And I'm not just gonna be a dick and not talk to my friends, so but it sucked because it kept going down. And I mean, there's some pictures I have where I look like a complete mess, but the shit looks really cool. But whatever, like I said, I hope the Bullet Club recognizes that's like, if Marty Skrull, like, just shouts me out or something of that nature, I'll be fucking, like, ecstatic. Like, I'm waiting for an induction to the Bullet Club in some way, shape, or form. Dude, to my knowledge, I am the first Bullet Club Joker. Now I would be so pissed off if some dude does some shitty half-ass Joker makeup thing and puts on a Bullet Club shirt and like all of a sudden he's getting retweeted. I'll be so mad. Like this is the one time that I want that. Like, what are you showing, X? Yeah, Hoodie Mellow. Shout out to Hoodie Mellow. I'm surprised nobody did that. That would be funny. Just like a person walking around with a Mellow jersey and a hoodie.
I think the person's just gonna be like, just another person.
Yo, I mean, I would get it. You would get it.
Yeah.
And I'd totally take a fucking picture with him. But, yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. It was so fun, and it just sucks that it's over, and, Sunday went by way too fucking fast.
Yeah.
Like, Sundays are usually, obviously, they're the shorter day of the con, and they tend to go by fast, but this shit went by fucking quick. I remember the first thing I went to do is, like, I don't know, after, like, a little while, I looked at my thing, I wanted to eat. It's already 2 o'clock.
If Sunday was the 7, I think my Goku would have sold out at that time.
Word. But yeah, so like I look at the time, I'm like, all right, let's go eat or whatever, and then you brought up that like, yeah, if we go eat, by the time we come back, that's gonna be an hour,
Yeah.
about, and then we're only gonna have like, so we just milked it for what it's worth, but it went by way too fast. Like this weekend went by way too fast.
It's I already missed it.
You know why it probably went by so fast? Because we didn't go super early every day. I mean, we went early. We got there by 11 every day, but that's a lot better because the lines just funnel in. It's not like you have to go. You're not waiting as long as you normally would if it was closer to the opening. But
Yeah, you go on that queue line and just like stand there for 2 hours.
Mhm. And that's probably why the weekend went by faster. Because normally we're up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Tired as fuck, waiting on that queue line, usually freezing our asses off because it's cold in the morning.
Mhm.
But yeah, Sunday went by so fast, and it's like now we gotta wait a whole nother year for this shit to come. Unless we get lucky and we score tickets to not tickets. Well, the booth at Seattle. That's probably gonna be bananas. And Chris, you have any idea when like San Diego happens? Like when the things go up, because that show is in July, right? Or June.
Was San Diego?
San Diego Comic-Con.
It's in July.
It's in July, so I'm assuming it's only October. I'm thinking maybe if they're not up now, I should look into that soon. But we could apply for a press pass, and press passes are free. The only thing is you have to go to the application thing. So we could try to get on that, cause dude, New York Comic-Con is bananas, but I know San Diego is banana times 10. Bananas times 10. The only thing is, what was it? My friend Sammy, she was telling me that cause I had this like notion that the cosplay in San Diego was way crazier than here, but she was like that it's really not, like because it's colder. I mean, it's hotter over there and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I always felt like the cosplay over there would be better because that's been, the con of cons. And it also too that show is very like centered around like Hollywood and all that. Well, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that like that at San Diego Comic-Con, that's usually where we get the big trailers and the big Marvel panels with the movies.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. It's not like the little TV show stuff. We get like the Avenger panels and all that. So it's more of a celebrity thing over there than it is over here. Because here we don't really. It's not like the most we'll get is like panels for TV shows, which is still big, but it's not at that level. But anywho, yeah, hopefully we can score some of those passes. Cause dude, like I've been to Chicago. Chicago was awesome. Baltimore was awesome. Both shows nowhere near as big as New York Comic-Con, but they're still, like, fun as shit. And sometimes that's, like, a show like that is, well, at least, like, C2E2. I think for someone like you that likes to, really check out the show floor, I think that, like, C2E2 is probably the best because no matter what day it is, for the most part, you're able to actually walk around. So like even on a Saturday, which is their most packed day, like you can still walk around and actually catch everything. Cause dude, I think unless you get to the show floor like a half an hour before the show starts every day, I don't think there's any way that you can actually like enjoy. Excuse me, actually see everything on the show floor. Because what we usually
in New York Comic Con,
Yeah, New York
sometimes
Comic-Con.
you can't see a
Yeah.
lot on it because it's just way too packed, and you know some alleys is just some booth is real popular. It just clogs the freaking the aisle and all that.
Yeah, the only way you can really get a good look is if you go early on Thursday.
Yeah. And even at that, that's still packed.
Yeah. And we got there early and we was fucking like around the block. So I mean, yeah, it's difficult, but whatever. It's fun, and I can't wait for next year. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully we could do more conventions, and like there might be something really super special in store for next year's Comic-Con. I'm not gonna say anything on the podcast until it's a little more official, but like if this works out, it's just gonna be huge. But yeah, so yeah, like it was fun. Like it was cool to see. Like I know Dreamer went, and Dreamer, I guess he enjoyed it. But I know Nick really, really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Like
he trying to hide that shit. I saw it in his face. That bastard.
Yo, he got a little taste of that. Not only was he taking photos. I mean, he was getting photos taken of him, and with people taking photos with him. My man was taking pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he took that picture of me and Sammy, and I'm like, yo, my man, yo, we lost Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, this whole year, he's got his new.
He probably thinking about his cosplay costume. You
Yeah,
know.
he's got his new job already. He's working. He's gonna be working in that new spot, and he's already talked about balling out and buying stuff. Yo,
But he got a new job?
it's the same job, just different. I think full time now.
Oh, okay.
So, cause he was working full time, and then he did a little bounce around or whatever. Sorry for putting your business out there, Nick. Nah, it's all good. There's nothing that
Oh, now he's balling like that?
Mm-hmm. So he's gonna be that dude where he's gonna post his Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday lineup. And I feel like he's gonna have like one of the days he's gonna have 2 lineups. We gonna lose him, we lost Nick. Bullet Club Bishop is out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, we got to do something next year where we incorporate Bullet Club into whatever it is that we wear, like what I did. Listen, you don't have to do it, Mr. Antisocial, but
Yeah, Bullet Club is way too mainstream now. It's like, it's not special anymore.
nah, for me, because whenever I go out with that Bullet Club or Villain Club t-shirt, I got one too sweet. Well, no, like at least once. I mean, twice, excuse me. I got two too sweets.
So that's why you enjoyed it that much in freaking Comic-Con.
No, it was just genuinely cool because normally we'd wear a shirt, right? Like a wrestling shirt or something. But a couple people like, oh, But it just felt like, when something's underground, but you're all in the same place. Like I said, it's still gonna be an underground thing for now. At least for a while. But it's one of those things where it's like when all the underground people get together. Because remember, it's in one building. It's not like we were walking around the entire New York City and we were getting all those 2 suites. It was like all these people were in one, and it just felt cool. Like it felt genuinely cool, and like we met a lot of people because of that. And like a lot of these people were really cool, and I was stoked anytime girls were too sweet in us, cause not that many though. That needs to step up. And remember, I did call it. I said any girl who is, for the most part, who too sweets us or is wearing a Bullet Club shirt, has a boyfriend who's in the shirt or whatever. That's exactly what happened.
So that was mad funny. That's the one day she was like, "Too sweetly, bro." I was like, "Hey, okay, you got it."
And I think one of the coolest moments, and I'm glad you caught that on camera. Like that was like perfect timing. It was when little girl. I never got her name, but it's cool because her mom and her dad actually found me and followed me on Instagram and like commented on the photo that I posted. They actually sent me the photos that they had, and there was a couple that they found. So we were taking a picture with their daughter. It was me and Kezia. She got like the Harley Quinn. She's got a Kezia. That's a different name.
Mhm.
And so me and her were taking a picture with the girl, and so right before the photo, I took the girl's fingers and I made her. I taught her how to too sweet.
Mhm.
So X caught that on camera. You got a candid shot, and that is like one of my favorite pictures ever. Like out of all the dope photos I've ever taken at any Comic-Con, it's that picture, and the one at Chicago, where this lady her daughter was dressed up as like a little Joker, and she took a picture with me, and then like a couple months later, or it was like a couple months to a year later, she had commented on the photo. I think I reposted it or whatever, and she was like, "This is still my daughter's favorite photo." Like little things like that. And for somebody who like my Joker is not really like a super clean, friendly looking Joker. Like it's on the creepy side. So that moment, and when this, I forgot his name. I think it was Adam. Um, he was the dude that was in the Great Saiyan Man costume. Like he was talking to me, whatever. Like he knows me through Ken, my friend Ken or whatever. And like he was giving me props on the costume, and that was a little kid that like was staring at me,
Mhm.
and he like I went to give him 5, and he like just went like that. He was just staring at me the whole time, like so yeah. So that a moment like that was pretty cool. That moment was pretty cool. Not only this dude shouted me out on the costume, but just like the little kid, just like his father said that he was afraid of Spider-Man for some reason, but he wasn't afraid of the Joker. That's pretty funny. But yeah, little moments like that. Running into friends and like people that I've never officially met. Maybe I know them through Instagram, and they've been fucking super supportive and whatnot. But like Sammy's one of them. I think I saw her on Friday. I forgot what day it was. It was either Friday or Saturday, and like we said hello real quick. And then like she was like, "Oh, we didn't take a picture together," blah blah blah, and like we were talking, and on Saturday she brought her boyfriend. They did the whole Walking Dead thingy, which was pretty cool. Her boyfriend's super cool. I don't remember his name, but and then Sunday me and Sammy actually got to like chat for a bit. I met her friend who was dressed as Coraline. She was pretty cool. There's a lot of little moments like that. Actually meeting Kezia for the first time. She's awesome as shit. She had the story with her was I've known her since like last year. I don't remember if we officially met, but I know we had some kind of contact, whether it was just like passing or whatever. But anywho, I saw somebody showed me a picture of a girl dressed as I think it was April. I think April showed me her Suicide Squad costume. She was dressed as like the Jared Leto Joker, and I'm like, damn, this girl fucking killed it, like better than all these dudes dressing as the Jared Leto. And then I was like, yo, I gotta find her. And then when we went outside, I see her at a distance, and I pointed at her. I was like, yo, we're taking a picture right now. And then she's like, wait, I know you. And I was like, yeah. So I got to meet Kezia for the first time, and she was fucking awesome as shit. I didn't see her in her Hella costume. We didn't run into each other on Saturday. The Sunday she was wearing Harley Quinn again. She wore it on Thursday, I think, but her Harley Quinn is dope too. So got a little bit of Suicide Squad in there, but a little bit of the old school. And yeah, so officially meeting her for the first time was cool. Got to chill with Nikki. She was Deadpool. She was really cool. And then yeah, meeting Eli. Eli is super super fucking cool. Meeting Midas. He was dope as hell. And shout out to you again, Midas, for letting me hit you with that bat pretty hard twice. And still too sweet in it while you was falling to the ground. That was funny. Yeah, what else? Like who am I leaving out? Like.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot we being left out.
A lot of people.
It's just too much to condense in one podcast, and we still got like wrestling to talk about.
Yeah. Well, we can go. I was just thinking about this the whole time, like in the days after Comic-Con, just leading into the, like how long can we go on talking about this? Because I could literally break down every day as an adventure. The only thing I do regret is not recording as much as I should, but it's hard when like every 2 seconds like I'm running into friends and having conversations and taking photos and just trying to soak it in at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, cause I go to a lot of concerts and I record like this whatever I can, and it's cool. But then I also like realize I'm not really getting the full gist of the concert, no matter if I'm in the crowd or on the side or in the balcony. I mean, it's still cool bringing that stuff to life and capturing things, but yeah, like, it's weird. But I wish I could have recorded more, because the initial goal was to make, like, a vlog every night, or at least every, to split it in two, or whatever, but there's always next year. But it's just, it was cool. There's so much stuff I wanted to capture. You just see so much shit going on, or whatever. Yeah, so, like, I guess that's it. Like, I'm just trying to think of anything I could pinpoint, like, that's, because there's so much shit. I'm not gonna say that's, pinpoint something that's worth talking about, because there's a lot of shit that was worth talking about. But I mean, it was nice running into Chris and Billy and Chrissy and Alessandro. And it sucks. That's the one thing that did suck about the con, was the fact that Artist Alley was so much smaller, and it was way more packed than it's ever been because it was smaller.
They're building another wing, right?
Something like that, yeah. I think they're building another wing, and also that overpass thingy, because like you know those big ass pillars.
Yeah.
Like that has to be for like a extended overpass, I guess, to make like
Walking around a lot easier.
Walking around a lot easier, and also like any cars going in and out or whatever, something of that nature. Maybe you know how like some places they have like taxi, like the airports,
Yeah.
something, I don't know exactly what, I'm just but yes, they're extending it in some way, shape, or form. But I mean, I'm not like one of those people like bitching about it. It just did suck because I wanted to get more footage of Artist Alley and my friends in Artist Alley. But like last year I didn't go because it was packed, but that was the original Artist Alley, which was big. But this time, even if I wanted to, because I remember when we got there on Sunday, that's the first thing we did. I'm thinking I got to like maybe 12:30 before the shit gets packed. Nah. It was so hard, and like if you're not in that first middle section, there's no space.
I mean, I never went to Arts Alley this year, but Arts Alley you said it was smaller, so Arts Alley was always packed.
Yeah, and so imagine it being cut in half.
Oh God.
Dude, Artist Alley was huge, and it was always packed.
Mm-hmm.
You were able to move around for the most part. This shit, dude, it was like sometimes you'd be stuck in a traffic jam. Like, cause I wanted to go around and actually catch more of my friends. I'm happy I got to see who I got to see. I pretty much got everybody covered for the most part. But I wanted to keep going back, check on their progress on commissions. But I got enough or whatever for what I could. It was funny though when I was going around on Sunday, telling everybody to sign the lens on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, just do it. It's all good. They're all worried about like, they thought I was gonna mess up the camera and shit. I'm like, nah, trust me, I got this. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I guess that was it. There was no panels. Oh, and I did miss fucking John DiMaggio. First of all, I didn't even know he was there. Then I think it was Saturday or Friday or Saturday. When we were getting pizza, I saw somebody with the sign, a Jake picture. And it was signed by him, apparently. And he told me he was there, and then I looked it up, and he was there all days. But yeah, it was just one of those things, like, on Sunday, I didn't want to do anything but stay outside in that cosplay alley because I wanted to make sure I ran into everybody I could possibly run into. Because there's a lot of people you don't get to see till next year.
Yeah.
And it's really a bummer.
It's a long year, too.
Yeah, it goes by fast, but it doesn't go by fast till it gets closer.
Yeah.
Like, now we just think about it.
Just when you buy the ticket, that's when you're like, okay.
Yeah, it's getting there.
just like, damn, this thing needs to hurry up and come already.
I'm hoping, and people are gonna complain about this, but I don't give a fuck. But I'm hoping they add another day.
Because I bought a ticket in what was it? Was it March?
You bought it in the first batch. I think it was April.
That was that
because they did it really early.
Okay, so April. That right there. That's when I was like, yeah, man. I'm like really excited, and I have May. Then June come around. I'm like, damn, where the Comic Con needs to hurry up already.
Yeah.
Then July comes around. I'm here refreshing my IGN. What kind of news? Then that's finished. I'm like, all right. I'm Comic Con. Where's that? Then August passed, and it's a long September. We got our passes. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, that's when it sort of stretches. I mean, it did go fast for me, but yeah, it still kind of stretches. And honestly, I'm glad. Excuse me, that I didn't have to go back to work, because there's always that. Even though I take the day off, the day after off, there's still that horrible feeling of being at Comic-Con for 4 straight days, being surrounded by so many awesome people and so many cool things, and being in that environment for a whole day. Because, I mean, the first couple years we did it, we'd wake up at 4, get there at 5, we're not leaving till 7, so we're talking about over 12 hours of Comic-Con a day. And then to have to eventually go back to work and be stuck in that depressing ass environment when I'm just thinking, damn, I could be dressed up as the Joker right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just, so but yeah, so that's that. It was amazing. Shout out to every single person who genuinely came up to all of us, said hi, whether you're a new friend, old friend. It's really, really awesome seeing a lot of people, and I wish this shit could happen more, like a lot more, and hopefully eventually they add another day, because San Diego does 5 days, the car show is 5 days, no, the car show is like a fucking whole week.
Well, they add another day. I'm not mad at all.
Exactly, like, do Wednesday be that pre-show day, where it's like, it could be a shorter day, do like, I don't know, 11 to 6 or 10 to 5 like Sunday, and let every other day be a regular day. Because then at least Wednesday, you can go and enjoy the con, see everything, and, if you want to purchase shit or whatever, get it out the way, you could do that. And then the rest of the days, it's just the madness. Because this Thursday was pretty bad. Not bad, but it was pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Friday was ridiculous. It wasn't even an hour in, and then Saturday and Sunday is Saturday and Sunday, so, but yeah, bring it on, man. We're ready for 2018. Chris is chilling. Alright, we'll be right back.
Hey, listen. Is your mouth tiny and small? Then why don't you come down a little bit? Little bits. Where the food is tiny. It looks like regular food, but really tiny. You can put it in your mouth and eat it. Nothing gets stuck in your lips. It's just tiny and fits right in. Fits right in. Little bits. We got tiny of lasagna, tiny pizza, tiny pie. Little tiny fried eggs. Oh shit, we got tiny people. Little bits. You hungry? Come on down. Little bits. Eat some shit, you stupid bitch. Just kidding.
Okay, we're back. Alright, so we're gonna get into some wrestling stuff, but before we do that, I want to shout out our new sponsor, Sunset Park Tattoo Studios. They're gonna be holding a grand opening on the 16th of October, am I right?
16th.
16th?
The 14th.
14th of October, over at 476 47th Street in Brooklyn, New York. So if you guys are around and you want to get tattooed, come through. I mean, I've been getting tattooed by these guys for as long as I've been getting tattooed. Awesome environment, cool peoples. And also, too, if you guys are listening to this, Friday the 13th, this Friday, they're doing a Friday the 13th tattoo sale. All tattoos are $13 bucks plus $7 tip, so it's essentially
It's
$20.
$20.
$20, can't beat that. Get yourself. We have a bunch of flash pages of flash work. You know, little tattoos. They're not huge, so don't come in thinking that you're gonna get a full back piece for $20. This ain't a crack shop. But yeah, you get some cool stuff done. You know, most people that get Friday the 13th tattoos know how that works. I probably sound like a complete idiot if I ever play this shit back. That's why I don't play the podcast back no more. But yeah. So yeah. So head over to Sunset Park Tattoo Studios. Excuse me. Like I said, Friday we're having a Friday the 13th tattoo sale, and on Saturday it's the big grand opening event. We have a bunch of crazy shenanigans going on over there. Yeah. So. Let's get this out the way. WWE Hell in a Cell.
Whack.
Okay.
Well, the New Day match was good. New
Yeah.
Day.
We had the kickoff match, which was Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin versus the Hype Bros, which is, if you guys don't know, it's Zack Ryder and this other bum ass.
It's a filler, useless match.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still a good match. But
Yeah, it would be nice if they were to put more emphasis around that match, like, you know, let it be a main card match. I mean, you don't only have a couple matches, like, whatever. But anywho, so yeah, Chad Gable and Benjamin won. But was there a Ryder heel turn yet or no?
no.
No, of course not. Yeah, they still like to do that. But anywho, so yeah, Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable won. So it opened up with Hell in a Cell opened up with a Hell in a Cell Tag Team Championship match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. The Usos versus the defending champions, The New Day, and it was a solid match. I mean, those guys really put on shows. The annoying thing is that, okay, so the Usos won, now they're the current champions. They're only really doing this so they could make New Day like the 19-time tag team champions, which, in my opinion, is the stupidest thing, because if you won it 10 times, that means you lost it 11 times.
Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable were the one contenders.
I mean that's cool, but the whole thing is, but they're gonna, either way, even if they are number one contenders, New Day is gonna be in it eventually, and they're gonna end up winning. What? Okay, I don't care about that. My whole thing is that we're talking about the New Day losing the championship a million times just so they could win it 1,000,001 times.
American Beta. That's their name. Chad Gable and Shelton.
Yeah. Whatever. All right, then the next match was another useless match, and Randy Orton versus Rusev, and Randy Orton won. That's
Randy Orton won. It's like as if he needed that.
Yeah, it's so.
Whatever.
Because he lost 4 straight pay-per-views.
Okay, but he could lose 90 straight pay-per-views, and he's Randy Orton. Like, it doesn't prove anything if he wins or loses. Like,
Randy Orton did not need that win at all.
Yeah, especially in a pointless match, not even for a championship. Like, if it's for a championship, alright, whatever. But it's a pointless match. Like, let them put on a good match and then have Rusev take it, you know? But anyways, whatever. The next match was the United States Championship match, which was supposed to be Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles, and then Ty Dillinger ended up squeaking in there last minute during the pay-per-view. So, like, this wasn't something that happened on SmackDown where, you know, he
Where it would make sense if it happened on SmackDown.
Yeah, because he won. Instead of doing that on Hell in a Cell, like he was talking to Kurt Angle or whatever, he could have spoken to Daniel Bryan, excuse me. He could have spoke to Daniel Bryan on SmackDown and did it there. So at least you prep for it, but you just randomly throw him in there. So whatever. Anyways, Baron Corbin ends up winning it. So whatever. That's that. Next was the SmackDown Women's Championship match, and I actually went to take a shower during this match, and
Yeah, I was walking home or something like that. No.
yeah, you
Smack-
left when
No,
I came out.
That was after Shinsuke match.
No, you left before that.
The Shinsuke match?
Yeah, because I went to go take a shower during that match, and when I came out,
No, we watched that match and was like, yo, this shit sucks.
oh, well, I was in the shower, and then I came out, and I didn't even know that there was a disqualification. Yeah,
That happened after the Shinsuke match.
no, that was before.
No.
No, the Shinsuke match was the world title match was like mid pay-per-view.
So the women's title. Oh yeah, my bad. Maybe I just because I was looking at it at I was looking at the list of results and whatever. Either way, Charlotte ended up winning via DQ. So Natalia's still the champion. Why do they have DQs on pay-per-view? I don't know. I really don't know. You're gonna have a really good match,
DQ
and then
is a big cop out. It's
Yeah,
a
like-
real big cop out.
it's
If
so.
you're gonna have a DQ, then don't have that match waste like a good 10 minutes of the fucking show.
Yeah, like
They get out of here.
I mean, if you don't want, all right, so you don't want Charlotte to take on Natalia right away and whatever, put her against somebody else. You know, like do it how like New Japan does. Like New Japan, obviously we know we're gonna get Naito, and for the most part, we're more than likely gonna get Naito and Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. But instead of giving us that now and a million times every
what
month,
they're gonna do? They're gonna be in tag team matches from.
exactly. So you get little bits and pieces of it. You know, they had a match. Okada had the match with Evil, and Naito had the match with Ishii. They had big matches. There was implications, but we all knew nothing was. Anyway, we'll get into that later on. But the whole thing is that, like, why do you do that? Like DQs and roll-up pins in pay-per-views, like.
I'd rather see a roll up pin than a DQ.
Yeah, I mean that's true. But even still, there's some ways the way they do it. It's not like Yano roll-up pins. It's always like some it just takes away the whole vibe of the match. All right, so whatever. So yes, so Natalia's still the champion. Which I'm happy she's the champion. I'm actually surprised she didn't lose the belt. But whatever. And this is weird because you have I guess this happened before that match, but you have the WWE Championship match
In the middle of the damn card.
in the middle of the fucking card. I get, nobody cares about gender. Maybe Vince doesn't care about Shinsuke, but that is your main event. And I'll get into this a little more later, but you look at the New Japan.
You should already know that the finish is going to be wonky if the position of that match in the card.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
You should already know the outcome of that shit.
It should just be formatted that way. Like, look, New Japan. We'll get into this more again later on when we talk about New Japan. But you had the light heavyweight, the light heavyweight championship, the junior heavyweight championship. Then you had the Money in the Bank match, quote unquote, and then you had the heavyweight championship match. But the thing is, see, like, no matter what, every match was dope.
Even the junior tag match that opened the freaking.
No, my point is that, like, they have a format, they stick with it. Like, why is it that, like, the WWE, you have... I don't know, that's a whole nother thing to get into. I even lost my train of thought while I was trying to explain that. But, whatever, so Jinder is the champion defending against Shinsuke. There's absolutely nothing to talk about in this match because Jinder won, and he won clean.
His finishes are all the same.
Exactly. It was like there's no...
It wasn't completely.
I mean, when he beat Randy Orton, I was like, okay. I mean, it's only fair to give him a chance, but you know what? He really hasn't done nothing.
Nope. I mean...
His matches with Randy Orton is all carbon copy of the finish. Then he went to Shinsuke, which is damn near another carbon copy.
And that was a disrespectful win the first time. Like, how do you botch your finisher? At least go for it again.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you botched it, right? You could have, like, they could have worked something because Vince McMahon is always in these guys' ears.
They're gonna have
Like,
kicked out that last second. And then
no, not even that. Not even that. They could have the fucking the Singh brothers like do something, interfere or whatever, just to make it seem like, you know.
And this match, it was just poor booking, and
Yeah.
you know, Shinsuke's supposed to be a veteran, and all of a sudden he doesn't know if to bring the guy to the middle of the ring.
It's
and you know that
it's so bad.
the Indian subscription to the WWE network has gone down since Mahal been champion.
That's actually funny.
Whoa.
But like we spoke about this in another episode. Like, have him win the U.S. title, and then go into India. I don't know. No, I don't know if I had this conversation with you. I had it with somebody where it's like, if you're gonna give him any title, let him win the U.S. title. Let him pull that shit where he goes into India with the U.S. title, talking about I'm the champion of the United States. Like, I bring the United States to you, some shit like that.
But he could have star power while building him up. Don't have him job like a month before he win the. He was jobbing. Then he won like one qualifying match. I don't even know how he got in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Then
and that's
all of a sudden he's champion.
That's what got me so mad because in that match, who was in that match? Was it was like Bray Wyatt, or no? It was Bray Wyatt was the champion already, right? I don't whatever, but yeah, it was like you had like all these AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, yeah, like I knew Mojo wasn't gonna win. I thought Styles didn't need to win it because Styles he could, but I don't think he needed to. But like yeah, it just no. Matter of fact, sorry, I'm talking about the fact that I said he didn't need to. I'm thinking about the Money in the Bank thing. But that match they had for, like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, and I didn't get it. And then I let it slide for a bit. I was like, this is only gonna be a little short. This guy's had the title for how many fucking months already?
Oh god, yeah. But guys like Christian could only hold the belt for like 2 days.
Dolph Ziggler had the Intercontinental title for one night.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, no, that's Zack. I said Dolph Ziggler. Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder had it for one night. Dolph Ziggler had the most disrespectful. Bray Wyatt.
No,
had
Christian had the most disrespectful.
Well, Christian, yeah.
Yeah, it's first time he loses it 2 days later.
It's so disrespectful.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt didn't even have a respectable run. Like, you give him the one thing, like, he was always, like, chasing the people with power. Now you give him power. And then...
Just for him to drop it. You got to give it to Randy Orton because he needs another title ring. Come on, this guy's, like, won, like, 13... Come on, just put him aside for once, man.
See, that's one thing that what irks me about him. It's like, you look at Jericho. Now, Jericho's always finding his way back into the company, but not once in all these times he's come back for the most part has he really, like, needed a belt.
No.
He goes in there, he puts people over whether he needs to or not.
Because he's at that point in his career.
Yeah, but you got Randy Orton that, like, he has to win a belt. Come on, like, it's... Whatever, anywho.
Yeah, just go through that card.
Yeah.
Just go through it.
We're going to have to, like, ban WWE talk for a while until Triple H buys the company. All right, so this is a big head scratcher. Bobby Roode versus Ziggler.
A throwaway.
They treated it as a throwaway match because apparently, I don't think it's over.
No, it's not over.
Oh, but Ziggler, when is his contract over? Do you know exactly when?
They said October.
October. So he might have. Come on, they couldn't do this shit on a pay-per-view. So they're gonna have one of those matches where, like, if he loses, he's fired or some shit like that on SmackDown instead of having that shit on the pay-per-view.
You know what? They don't even need to dignify that. Just like, okay, just let him walk. Just let him have him disappear on TV. Just do that. Just like, hey, where's Ziggler? He's gone. Just that.
What they should have done was, yeah, because like after the match he came back and like beat up
Yeah, he gave Bobby Roode the zigzag.
Yeah, he should have just beat the shit out of him and just walked out. Like, I mean, beat him worse than he did and just not come back. Like, that's the end of Ziggler.
I liked his entrance though.
No song.
He did it again.
Yeah, I like the entrance, just like how R-Truth did it. It was just awesome.
Yo, that was straight Bullet Club Ziggler right there. I posted that picture on Facebook. I was like, I don't want to hear nothing. That's Bullet Club Ziggler right there. This dude came out all black and white, no music. But I mean, and it wasn't a bad match. It was just like what baffled me was the way it ended. We all knew Bobby Roode was gonna win. It was so anticlimactic though, but that's typical WWE. But then he came back for more to beat up Roode, and it's just like, so this isn't done yet. That's why I was asking, when is his contract officially done, because I figured they might just drag it to the next pay-per-view, but I just want Ziggler to go. I want this thing to end so that, and nothing against him. You guys know everybody knows how I feel about this. He needs to just go.
He needs to just pull in the bell and just walk out.
Yeah. Speaking of Neville,
He's also
Neville.
joining the Bullet Club.
Neville's
That's
supposedly.
another,
Yeah,
another
that
person
rumor,
Marty
that's a
wants to
rumor.
team
Yeah, it's a
up.
rumor.
He just got up and just walked out, and I ain't mad at him.
Exactly, and
Marty wants a team with him
These-
for the juniors.
these dudes, that would be fucking sick. Or even if Neville teams with Osprey, have two aerial assassins like that. But anyways, yeah, that would be cool. But that's a whole other conversation for another day. The final match, and see, this is weird. Like,
I didn't even bother to watch that match,
no, it's
so I don't know nothing about it.
yeah. Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens in a Falls Count Anywhere Hell in a Cell.
Makes no.
Sami Zayn
That was the only cool thing. So the Sami Zayn. I mean, no, it wasn't that it was a bad match per se. I mean, it was kind of scary because there was parts where like they were on the thing and dude, like you were actually like fearing for their lives because you know how Shane is, and you know KO could get crazy. So-
So that cannonball on that shit would have broke.
Yeah,
both of
and this
them.
is not, and this is why I get mad at the new Hell in a Cell because the old Hell in a Cell was what, like 12 feet tall, but it was, you could do things that you can hurt somebody and it could be crazy, but you're not gonna kill anybody. Now this Hell in a Cell,
He was just mad high.
yeah, you're asking for somebody to die on live TV or whatever, or you're on a live event, even though they could whatever.
Something that already happened.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need that again. So it's like you're talking about protecting people and all that crazy shit, but you're fucking raising the Hell in a Cell higher. And I mean, it was just it was cool because it's like, what the fuck are they gonna do? But it was more scary because there was that one part where KO was on the top of the cell and Shane McMahon was on the announcer's table, and KO was pacing like he was gonna like run and jump, and then he stopped himself. Like he genuinely looked scared, and that was cool because you see the human side of it. But anyways, it wasn't that it wasn't horrible. It was just like I hate the fact that they called a pay-per-view Hell in a Cell because like you already know. And do we need a Hell in a Cell every year? Let that shit, like, dude, when that shit used to happen,
The Hell in a Cell doesn't need a pay-per-view.
no.
Hell in a Cell just needs just a rare occasion.
Yeah,
in
every
pay-per-view.
4 years or some shit like that, like the leap year kind of thing.
You don't need no Hell in a Cell. There's nothing really goes on other than what? Oh, all these weapons are inside under the ring inside the cell. I mean, come on.
Dude, I don't care what, after that after the Mankind and Undertaker Hell in a Cell, I don't think anything else could have been done. Like, yeah, Shane McMahon did jump and miss that one time. It was really high. That was crazy. I give him props for that. But that Mankind Undertaker Hell in a Cell, that was the top of the ladder for a Hell in a Cell match. Like, I don't think, even though they did it a couple times and there was good, there was bad, but that was just like, dude, he got tossed off of it. He didn't just fall. He got tossed, like, off the Hell in a Cell. They went through the Hell in a Cell. Like, that, there was nothing, so yeah, anyways, but KO ends up winning. The best part was we got a Sami Zayn heel turn, and the reason why that's good, at least to me, is because they don't know what the fuck to do with Sami Zayn. Like, Sami Zayn's like on, off the program. It seems like they don't know what to do with KO. They can't keep
They don't know
recycling.
what to do with anybody.
So make them a tag team.
Yeah, God.
I mean, I'd rather see that than them. But then you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna ride this out for a couple of months, and then what's gonna happen? They're gonna break up. Yeah, Kevin Owens is gonna turn on Sami Zayn, and then it's gonna be another thing.
If that's the case, then none of this makes it. It's a big waste of time, and it makes sense.
But that's
It makes no sense.
That's Vince logic.
It would be a whole lot better if Sami Zayn was to turn on Kevin.
Yeah, that would be different. But knowing, WWE logic, they don't. I mean, I'd rather see them be a tag team for as long as they possibly can, and actually, like Sheamus and Cesaro. I actually don't want to see them break up. I think they're surprisingly one of the best tag teams out there.
I really think Cesaro is being given in a tag team because
Oh yeah, well,
he's a great singles.
oh he's
performer.
both of them are better than that. Like heel Sheamus.
Yeah, I don't really care too much about.
I know you don't like Sheamus, but heel Sheamus is awesome. But Cesaro, heel face, no matter what he is, he should be champion. But at least he's getting some kind of respectable airtime. Because yeah, we all know he should be like one of the top guys, but the top guys.
Sami Zayn too.
Sami Zayn too. Sami
He's-
Zayn,
last
Finn
year,
Balor.
in 2006, he was in like 4 of the matches that's considered for match of the year.
Yeah.
He was like in 4 of them. Sami Zayn alone.
How many of them were with KO? Because I know they had
I
some.
think the 2 of them were KO. I remember that fatal 4-way was just ridiculous.
I gotta watch that. I've heard so much about that, but yeah, all these guys, Finn, Seth, and they're fucking reuniting the Shield just because that's the only way people are gonna cheer for Roman Reigns.
No, they actually still boo him.
But
Every
no,
time-
they but that's the only way that they'll sort of accept him.
No, but they
I know they still boo him, but they're cheering the Shield.
Oh my God,
They're
not
cheer,
the
but they're
song.
but they're cheering the Shield. I know nobody likes Roman per se, but that's the only way you're gonna get a sort of decent reaction when he's in the arena.
Yeah, not by himself.
Yeah, exactly. It's
With the-
because of Seth and Dean.
So
Every
that
time he talks,
from
he still
from
gets booed.
from my point of view, that means like, no one still cares about
Yeah,
Roman.
nobody cares about him. They want the Shield. So as long as the Shield is a thing, I don't want the Shield. But
Honestly, like I said, Roman needs to be repackaged, and there's nothing to lose in that.
no, I mean,
I
like,
think no matter what different package you give Roman Reigns, the fans will accept that. Other than this Shield Roman Reigns that
Shield, yeah,
that everybody
Force
Yeah, he
fed.
didn't like it, but yeah, he still fucking
Well, cause the thing is, he's one of those dudes that he may not actually like it, but he's gonna do it because he wants to keep his job, and sometimes you have to suck it up.
I mean, this guy got everything made for him. Of course, he's going to do what they tell
Yeah,
him.
it's the same thing with John Cena. You think John Cena ever said no? Now he could say no, but I mean, at this point, it's like some guys, they're not gonna say no. There are some people that they say no, but either one or two things is gonna happen. Either they're gonna get lucky and still stick around, or they're gonna get thrown under the bus. I mean, you look at Zack Ryder. I mean, he didn't really say no, but he did the YouTube thing, and instead of them utilizing that to benefit the company, they throw him under some kind of bus because, he wasn't doing it under their thing. Like Ziggler or these other guys that they're actually truly talented, and, because they're not a Vince product, Vince doesn't like KO. If it wasn't for Triple H, KO wouldn't be around. None of these guys would be around. But as much as Triple H stands behind them, it's still Vince's company. But yeah, so that was it for Hell in a Cell. But yeah, so the whole Shield thing. Yeah, so like nobody likes Roman Reigns as he is now. But the only way you're gonna get a close to positive reaction when he's in the area, in the arena, is a Shield reunion. They don't care about him. They just want to see, and it might be more of a sarcastic thing, but they just want to see fucking the Shield. That's it. I don't want to see the Shield, but all right. So on to New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So this is like I don't know how much time we wasted on this, but it was definitely too much. And we wasted like a good half an hour or some crazy shit. But what the fuck? All I hear is
It's freaking Rodney playing Injustice. I'm looking at his Snapchat.
You know what's weird? This pay-per-view was like almost 4 hours long, 3-4 hours long, but it was like one of the shorter. I'm talking about King of Pro Wrestling now.
Yeah.
It seemed like at least the match card was shorter, cause so the first match was one of the opening tags. It was Lij Bushi Takahashi Bushi
No,
Taka.
the first match wasn't it the freaking
No, it was
Wait.
tag title? Wasn't it the Junior
no.
No, Junior.
No, that happened.
Heavyweight,
That happened
like,
later.
Yeah.
That happened later. No,
Before intermission.
the first match was it was
Bullet
Bushi.
Club against the Bullet Club.
Yeah, against Bad Luck Fale. So it was Lij versus Bullet Club. So it was Bushi, Takahashi, Sonata, Fale, Leo Tonga, and Takahashi. Now, they're both Takahashi. Wow.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yoshiro.
Yoshiro and yeah, Hiromu. So I mean, that is what whatever. That's not a match we're gonna talk about. But I am disappointed that Sonata didn't put anybody in the Paradise Lock. But I guess it's really if he's in a match that Yano's in and he doesn't put Yano in the Paradise Lock, that's disappointing right there. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is. Next match was Goto and Toru Yano versus Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. That was pretty cool. And my man Yano got the pin. Yano got the pin, right?
Yano's always greasing Suzuki.
Yeah.
If there's one person that he got in the Suzuki, he's always greasing Suzuki.
Yeah, it's funny because Sonata isn't phased by his shit, but Suzuki always ends up getting like the worst of Yano. Like he always gets the bad end of whatever Yano does.
Sonata puts Yano back into
That I don't care what anybody says. That's the best angle in. I hope they get a one-on-one match in one of the upcoming events because that right there. I mean, anytime they're in the fucking ring together, it's just golden. The last time fucking Sonata left Yano on Paradise Locked on the ropes, the whole match.
No, when he taped it, it still can't top the G1 when he taped them off on the fucking ramp and just got the count.
Oh, that was great. When Yano put Tamatonga on the in the. No, Sonata put Tamatonga in the Paradise Lock. He couldn't get out. That shit was hilarious. But and you see the way they do that. It's not like they don't put a fucking 15-minute segment. That's the problem with WWE. They'll have a segment which it's okay for like the first 2 minutes, but then it just drags. It just drags. Like they can have solid gold if they just cut things in half. But instead of getting a 10-minute
Like
match,
that Osprey segment with Maurice Girl.
yeah, boom, right there. You
Get
know?
to the point. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And I love what they do with Takahashi.
That's the second time that happened to him.
First time he got punched in the face,
Say-
broke his fingers. but they do it in a way where they could be funny, they could be serious, but it's not overly like done like Enzo. If Enzo will cut his fucking promos,
He's
entrances,
freestyling. He's doing all this shit.
yeah, and he wastes so much time on that. It's not like it's a 2-minute thing and then it's match. No, we get a at least 10-minute segment of him talking. Unless somebody fucking comes and interferes. Like
And you always have to quote some shit.
it's just that
I mean, he's good with his words and all, but still, man, he's like, okay.
yeah, let him just come out. He doesn't have to do that whole big thing. Like save it for pay-per-views. But anyways, let's we keep coming back to that. I think it's like a guilty pleasure. I think we like punishing ourselves. So Toru Yano beat Suzuki. This team now this is the match right here. It's Chris's match of the night.
Or Roppongi.
Yeah. No. Roppongi 3K.
3K.
So in the last
Which is a great
event,
match, by the way.
yeah, solid. The last pay-per-view.
Where that manager and then
The last pay-per-view, after Funky Weapon, Taguchi Japan, Funky Future, after they won, what's his name, Rocky Romero came out and said that he was going to introduce Roppongi 3K. 3,000 times better than Roppongi. Roppongi Vice. And
The former Tempura boys.
yep. So it was the current champions, so it was Funky Future, Ricochet, and Taguchi, and against the newly introduced Roppongi 3K, which was the Tempura Boys. Came back from their little excursion and whatnot. Dude, the pop that like young lions get when they come back from excursions, that shit is real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, I would love to go through that. Like, that's why, like, right now we're following, like, the current Young Lions. This is the first time I'm ever, like, this is, like, my first getting into almost a full year of New Japan. For like, watching it, like, on a regular. And I've been watching these Young Lions, and I've been waiting for someone to sneak in a pin somewhere here and there. And I guess they're not going to do that. That's not how it works. but they got the tournament coming up, and I'm waiting for my man Tan Man, Nick's boy, it's either gonna be him or the one that got fucked up with the chair, by Suzuki. One of those two guys are in my opinion, are winning it, and I want to see this transition. I want to see them, win the thing and then go on their excursion, and I'm gonna follow them on their excursion, and then when they come back, I'm gonna be super fucking hyped because that pop was like, it was dope. Yeah, I'm waiting to see this. What's the guy? Switchblade, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the new dude that's coming up. Now I wonder if he's a Japanese dude or if he's an American. Well, in their terms, foreign.
I think he's a foreigner.
Yeah, so foreigner for them
my
is.
guess he's Sean. Was it Sean White? I think.
Oh.
Yeah, because he was on an excursion to Mexico, I believe.
Yeah, you brought him up before. That's cool. Yeah, because I don't know, that doesn't seem like a Japanese gimmick. It's got this whole like sort of. It's almost Sting Raven-ish, but it's kind of like serial killer Joker. Like they don't show his face; they just show him like carrying a switch, like a knife, and cutting up some shit and whatever, like a paper or something. Not any body parts. We don't want that kind of people start crying, oversensitive people. But yeah, I'm really curious to see. Like his promo was longer than usual, so I'm assuming he's gonna come at one of the upcoming events. But anyways, yeah. So and this was actually a surprise because Roppongi 3K actually won. But
It took like how many finishers to beat Ricochet?
no, yeah, they what did Nick say? They hit him with the hyper combo, yeah.
Out of there.
That three character hyper combo finish. Yeah, because they just move after move. But Ricochet supposed to be leaving soon. Like that's the rumor, right?
Leaving what? That Lucha Underground?
Leaving
or?
real wrestling to come to the WWE.
Well, Neville's not there, so he could stay where the hell he's at. Because Neville's going back to Japan.
Shit, I mean, guys. I mean, how old is Ricochet was like, he was born in '88,
Yeah.
so he's
Fairly
only
young.
yeah. He got at least like all right. So he's 30, 29. He's not 30 yet. So that's by wrestling standards. That's young as fuck. Like, because they were talking about Omega. How old is Kenny? He's like 32
He's like
or something
32,
like that, right?
33.
Yeah, so they were talking about him coming to the WWE before he gets closer to 40, so he can actually do something and not be one of those old dinosaurs that are just there.
Unless you're Bobby, bro.
Well, yeah. But anywho, yeah. So, Roppongi 3K won, and that match was awesome. But the old timers, they don't like that shit, right?
It's, I know I'm not a wrestler and everything, and they're gonna tell me one thing, but hey, whatever, if you do and you get chairs, you're doing something right. That's it.
Yeah,
if
like
fans are enjoying it, you're doing something right.
Look, you personally may not be a fan of that style,
but the fans like it, you're doing something right. Because
yeah,
I mean, like
you have to respect what they can do.
Yeah.
Like that's like all right, skill wise, not forget about the rules and everything. But that's like Michael Jordan, shitting on like LeBron's skill.
Yeah.
Not anything else. I'm not getting deep into this, but I'm just saying like, their play style is different, but the skill level's there. So like you got like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and all these older guys. They may not like the way the NBA is now. They may not like the way LeBron carries himself, but skill wise, they're gonna give him credit.
I think it's just jealousy. I mean, like Young Bucks get a lot of shit from the old timers because their matches are fast paced and they don't work a body part. I'm like,
but that's not WWE style. I mean, they're wrestling a different.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Have even people even watched the ECW match in freaking One Night Stand? Psychosis put Rey Mysterio in the sleeper hold. The fans boo that shit. They're not used to seeing rest holds. They're used to seeing fast paced, wrestling, and people got a problem with that. Oh, that's not ring psychology. It's
like,
not.
99% of WWE matches starts off the exact same way. They tie up, they lock up, they throw them they like do an Irish, Irish whip the opponent, and then they put him in a hold. Yeah.
Put a hold, standard. Oh, those freaking Randy Orton's.
Yeah, it's the same
rest
thing.
hold and-
Tie up, Irish whip, rest hold. Maybe we get.
I mean,
Or starts out with them doing that bullshit swinging
yeah.
shit like they're
like I said, I don't know if you watched the Shibata Ishii match.
No, I'm
Soon-
actually afraid to watch that match. Honestly,
That as soon as that bell rang, they just went in. They were going blow for blow.
yeah.
It was a rated 5-star match, and you know what? It was only 11 minutes.
Dude, that baffles me because the WWE, like, I hate squash matches. I hate that with a passion. Like, once in a while is okay. Like, if you're gonna do some shit where, like, for example, if like
Braun Strowman squashing fucking Ellsworth.
yeah, that I get, like a very small person. But I mean, if you're gonna have like Braun Strowman squashing fucking Zack Ryder, or come on, man, or
Seasoned wrestlers and all that.
Yeah.
He squashed Matt Hardy.
yeah, Matt Hardy. Come on, I know Matt Hardy isn't the same Matt Hardy, but come on, like,
Nick broke his
well, Braun Strowman, he is huge, and I get what they're trying to do, but like, not even.
His mystique is already done.
Yeah, dude, that shit makes no sense because like like they're trying to do something with him, but then he ends up losing. Like even with Roman Reigns, you're trying to build him up, but then he gets destroyed by Braun Strowman. Like it doesn't make sense.
No, but the thing is about Roman Reigns and the Strowman program is like even I know we going back to WWE, but I mean even though that like Roman Reigns lost, he still looked like he gave Strowman problems. But at
Yeah.
that time, Strowman was that beast.
Yeah, but then Strowman gets one
mean,
F5.
That Roman Reigns Strowman program was a good program.
Yeah, I
it-
won't
it-
front. I won't front. I won't front.
It was a good program.
I won't front.
Except
I'm-
for the first time.
The whole my beef with that is they didn't know it seemed like they didn't know what they were doing with either guy, because even though they both like what they did in the ring, like you said, they Braun Strowman won, but Roman Reigns at least put up a fight.
Yeah.
But then you go after that, and then
Roman
you have
Reigns wasn't an unstoppable beast like how he was.
yeah, but
He
then
was
you
vulnerable.
but then you have Braun Strowman lose off of one F5.
Yeah, like his mystique is dead.
That makes no sense. Like, all right, I
And then
know.
plus he got fucked up by the Shield.
Yes, that's.
Yeah.
Dude, like, I know that Brock Lesnar is a big deal. He's supposed to be just a freak of nature, which he is. But at least make him do, like, 3 or 4
if
F5s.
you have like if you have Roman Reigns kick out of like 5 F5s in that one WrestleMania, Braun Strowman
forgot about that.
deserve a one kick out.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're trying to build these guys as monsters, like, you could still let Brock Lesnar be a monster, but have to put you. The whole thing about wrestling is you're telling a story. You're pushing each other to the brink. Like guys like Stone Cold and The Rock did it, and those guys weren't even that big.
Yeah.
The Rock was not as big as he is now. Back then, he was a smaller guy.
And another one that could check Brock is Samoa Joe. I mean, like, this is the guy that chased Brock Lesnar. He actually chased Brock Lesnar. He's like, yo, I want you. Where you at?
Yeah.
Well,
he's hurt, right?
He's hurt,
Okay,
but
yeah.
now his
When
his
he comes
beast-
back-
his beast streak is
Oh, yeah.
it's in the back burner.
When he comes back, he might be lucky to get like U.S. title runs and
Yeah,
shit like that,
fuck
if that, because he's gonna be at in the same barrel that KO and all of them is, especially because that's a Triple H guy,
Yep.
and Vince is, you could tell he's a little spiteful at that. Like Triple H doesn't want to listen to him because but whatever. So so back to where even were we?
Yeah, we were talking about Ishii and his 11-minute 5-star match.
Oh yeah, like
with Shibata.
it baffles me because I have.
Yeah,
I
we
mean-
was talking about wrestling styles.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Young-
like the
young
old
bucks.
guys don't like the young style, and that's bullshit to me because Triple H, alright, Triple H is not a high flyer,
No.
but this guy respects. Stone Cold is not a high flyer, but if you listen to his podcast and the way he speaks about the guys nowadays, he doesn't shit on them. It's just these old, that makes no sense to me. I guess they're just mad because they're not relevant anymore,
It's
which
either
is
that
dumb.
and their shit is just like kick punch and that's
Yeah.
it. They're really
Well, these guys never went on that journey. They just got shit like handed to them for the most part. Like Vince saw the body size and was like, you know, like Big Cass. Big Cass he's gonna follow that same path. Like, you know, these dudes like Jericho and all these great wrestlers, they go on.
They don't
that.
need to be like high flyers and
Yeah,
everything.
they do. Yeah.
I mean, Brock Lesnar is not a high flyer. Apollo Crews is not. Well, he's a high flyer, but
He can, but
he doesn't have to, and he's
No.
still a good wrestler.
Yeah, my thing is this, like, you have, I know you have a time restriction, whatever the case may be, but you can do so much, and like, alright, I don't expect you to kill each other the way they do in New Japan, because New Japan's style is really, like, stiff, and like, it's scary to an extent, but you can have a fraction of that. Like, you can still put on amazing matches, like,
Ishii and Shibata only had 11 minutes.
yeah. And again, you don't have to be that hard hitting, but you like that you're telling like wrestling. You're supposed to tell stories in the ring, and this is a guy who I've never wrestled in my life, but it's common sense. Like I listen to enough like real wrestlers speak on podcasts and speak about their experiences, and like it's not that hard to grasp. But then you watch the shit they do in WWE, and it's like, you know, a big majority of that casual fan base, and I'm gonna come off as a certain way, are girls, the casual fan base,
And kids.
and they're brought in because of that gimmicky shit. Kids get a pass because they're young. I'm talking about like, you know,
I mean, there's some men out there that
oh, there are, yeah, that's so annoying.
There's some men out there that's just like
Big, yeah.
They lack a clue.
Yeah, right. Like all those dudes that be shitting on New Japan in
I be
the
reading
comment
some-
sections.
this-
That's the worst. Sometimes you wonder if they're trolling or if they're really real. But no, but like, and I say this, and I'm not shitting on girls, but that's because the WWE, they push this as a drama, in the wrong way.
Good.
And now they got the reality show.
Like what wrestling, like what Bret Hart said. They're just making TV stars. They're not making wrestlers. They're
Yeah.
making TV stars.
And I never understood the trying to water down thing. Like they're trying to water down this thing. Like you're trying to show that wrestling is not violent, but no matter how you put it, dude, you're having Hell in a Cell matches.
I mean,
You don't have to have blood.
No.
New Japan, I've
It's-
never seen an ounce of blood outside of little cuts and nicks and things like that. Like they don't, you know.
you don't need all that. It's-
Yeah, I mean the blood that comes out of them is like real. It's not them cutting themselves. Yeah, you don't need all that blood, but you can still show. Like yo, all right. So a real, like real wrestlers when they're getting put in a submission. For the most part, these submissions don't really. They're not supposed to hurt. You know, they're supposed to be. They're supposed to make. Like it's supposed to look like it hurts.
Yeah.
And that's part of the selling thing where you show, you know, and that's what you're supposed to show in the ring.
Yeah, but it's kind of unrealistic because if you have a submission hold on somebody locked in for like more than 10 seconds, that joint is going to break.
Oh yeah, well yeah, yeah.
But there's people who Brock Lesnar have a Kimura on Triple H for like a good minute, and he's like, oh, I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to believe that he's just holding it right there.
Yeah, but I mean, but the whole thing is that like they're supposed to sell it and make it look like, so you don't have to actually kill each other to make it seem like you're killing each other.
Mm-hmm.
But that like, I don't know how much more you could water down wrestling without taking out the actual wrestling. 'Cause,
Like I said, you're making TV stars.
yeah, like I don't expect
Or Bret Hart
attitude.
said it.
Yeah, I don't expect attitude. I don't expect the Attitude Era to come back and be all, because some of the stuff that happened there is just like, you know, it's crazy. And maybe it wouldn't work. But I'm talking about the wrestling. Like, how many times is somebody gonna get put through a fucking? You know what? I just realized, dude, we're going deep into WWE. All right, back to New Japan. All right, so the next match was, and this wasn't even the greatest match, but it was relatively entertaining. It was Cody, Kenny Omega, Marty Scurll against Beretta, Jado, and Yoshihashi, and it was entertaining. It wasn't supposed to be like a
three the showmen from the Bullet Club.
yeah, 3 guys from Chaos,
Yeah.
and I like the little thing where they did the two boots on the turnbuckle,
Yeah,
and then who was it? Marty was like 4.
yeah.
Or Kenny said 4. One of them. Anyways, they ended up putting 4 boots, and everybody's like, even us were wondering like, how the fuck they gonna do this. But little things like that, it was fun and entertaining. Like, you don't expect these like huge and I'm about to go back into the WWE again. Like,
we're just like making comparisons. Like
it's something that needs to be made, because like we speak about these kickoff shows and like having wrestlers wrestle that are not really on the card but putting them in the card, because it is kind of unfair when maybe your favorite wrestler is Sami Zayn, who's a relatively big name. This guy's out of here. Yeah,
Oh,
got
shit.
that ad libs. It's gonna get worse. Watch. They're gonna think we're like fucking like recording ghosts and shit. But yeah, so like, all right, so Sami Zayn is a relatively big name. They built him up sort of, kind of like at times to be a relevant guy. But there's events where you don't see him, especially pay-per-views. So like, matter of fact, Hell in a Cell, the guy wasn't even booked. So why not put him in a?
I understand he wasn't booked. He's there for that one spot. So
I mean, but you could still put him in a pre-show tag team match. It's like a little, well,
I mean,
maybe in his case,
his
no. In his
appearance
case,
played
no.
an important role. So
Yeah.
I understand why he wasn't.
Yeah,
even
all right. In his case, no. But there's other people out there like that are not. Come on, Breezango. They were supposed to have a segment on SmackDown, but they postponed that segment to fucking the pay-per-view. Like, that's not what a pay-per-view's for. Nobody's paying to see that. As much as you may love Tyler Breeze and Fandango, sorry, nobody's paying, whether it's the $60 or $9.99. Nobody's paying to see that there. That's what we tune in to SmackDown for. But all right, back to New Japan. Bullet Club won that match. I forgot how they won.
Chicken wing.
Dude, that chicken wing. Right. Yo, nothing could top that match between Ospreay and Marty Scurll when Ospreay went to do his Oz Cutter, and Marty Scurll just caught him in the chicken wing. Fucking brilliant. And that drop kick that fucking Marty does. He usually does it to their face, but he did it to like I think it was Yoshihashi's knee. But like, Marty is just, he's something else, man. I really don't want him to go to the WWE. Like, I remember I was watching the match with him, and I put on Facebook in all caps Marty fucking Scurll, and one of this just happened to be the same time SmackDown was happening. So
some dude thought like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, he thought that he appeared, and I'm like, as awesome as that would be, it would be 20 times less awesome because they're gonna fucking ruin him.
Big time.
Yeah, he's got his own gimmick, but that doesn't matter to Vince. And here we are back here. Fuck. All right, so next match was Juice Robinson and Kota Ibushi versus Tanahashi and Makabe. Now I was a little disappointed because I thought that Ibushi and Tanahashi were actually going to fight at King of Pro Wrestling, but I'm okay with that. Let it rock. Let it build up, because that tag team match.
I think they're going to Wrestle Kingdom then, but that's their next.
That's so fucking long, but I'll take it. I'll wait that. We only got 3 months.
Yeah.
I'll wait that 3 months for that shit, because that right there, out of like. That was actually their match in the
G1?
The G1 was probably my most anticipated match, even more than Okada and Omega and anybody else. It was Ibushi and Tanahashi, just because I've been a fan of Ibushi since before I was watching New Japan. Ever since that Blow Up Doll match, automatically he became a top favorite. And Tanahashi, dude, once you see his hair, it's just like you know what would suck if somebody like him were to go to WWE, Vince would make him cut his hair. Just to be a dick.
Yeah, we're in the WWE again.
Constant comparisons, man. We're never gonna let go. But yeah, that was a good match. Dude, Juice Robinson is fucking amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when I first started watching New Japan, I was like, oh, this guy's annoying. But
It's night and day from the other company.
like, he can actually wrestle. I mean, like
I don't like his screaming and his doofusism.
That song that he has, there's a song that they use in commercials, and it sounds just like that. And as a matter of fact, they were playing it at Comic-Con, and every time they played it, I was like, I heard Juice Robinson in my head. But yeah, he's fucking amazing. Like, that's the thing with New Japan. You can excuse, like, maybe some things that you would find annoying in other people. Like, maybe you don't like his gimmick, maybe you don't like the way he looks, maybe you don't like the way he speaks. You know, little things like that. But, like Rocky Romero. Rocky Romero's fucking voice is annoying. His raps are horrible. That guy could get it in the ring. Like, I don't mind dealing with that shit. It's like, you know, you got that girl that she's not super perfect, but just like there's little things you don't like about her, but like the things she does are just amazing, like something like that. That's a nice analogy for you non-wrestling fans, I guess. Now we could all relate. But yeah, so Juice Robinson and Kota beat Tanahashi and Makabe. Forgot how the win was. I was kind of in
Juice
and
Robinson with the what, Pulp Friction.
oh, okay. Yeah, I was in and out of it because I think I was looking up. I was doing something important. Probably just looking up pictures from Comic-Con, which is not really important, but yeah. So that was a solid match. Then now we have.
Damn.
Yeah, this guy's out of here.
Is this Mike picking it up?
I don't know, but I hope it is. We got proof now. We got proof that fucking ghosts do exist and that he snores. Alright, so the next match was Will Ospreay versus Kushida, who was the current IWGP
Super
Junior Heavyweight Champion. And see, this is what I was trying to get to before. Like, alright, so with WWE, you have your United States Intercontinental title matches. They don't really emphasize those. They try to make the world title or main event the only relevant match. When, like, my thing is with New Japan, every match is solid, especially if it's a title match. So you had the junior heavyweight match, you had the money in the briefcase match, and then you had the world title match. But each one of those was like awesome after awesome after awesome. It wasn't just like, all right, we're just gonna like cheat you out of this just to get past this, and it's not like that. So and that's what I don't get. Like, so you going back, you have like AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin for the U.S. title. AJ Styles is an awesome ass wrestler. If you want to make Baron Corbin look better, have them fight 1-on-1. Like, let Styles put Baron over. But nah, you want to give us some bullshit. It wasn't a horrible match. I mean, it worked well for, you know, I like Ty Dillinger, and the way Baron Corbin won it, he kicked the shit out of Styles. Like, that was beast. Mm-hmm. But that was okay, you know, whatever. But my thing is, like, why can't you especially if it's a title match, let it speak for itself? Like, it seems like they try to give you everything in the main event, and the main events end up sucking anyways. Like I said, we got Young Lion matches that are opening up a fucking New Japan pay-per-view that's like, we got a Young Lion match in a pay-per-view that's 4 hours long. And you still remember that more than you remember a WWE title match. So, like, that's the thing. So, like, focus on the quality of your matches. So you had Will Ospreay versus Kushida. Amazing fucking match.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh, they did some flippy shit. Oh, don't get the guys mad.
Oh yeah, they don't like that. But the thing about those guys is they can do all that high flying shit, but they're not subjected to just that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like you have, they can. A perfect example is Kota Ibushi. Kota Ibushi he's a little bit power, you know. He's got the in ring, know, like he can high fly. When he fought Zack Sabre Jr., he totally changed his game. Or anybody who fights Zack Sabre Jr., you totally have to change your game, because he's one guy that I'm sure he could do more than what he does, but that's his thing, submission. He's the king of submissions. Sorry, Jericho. But yeah, so Ospreay and Kushida, they did a little bit of everything, and Ospreay won the match, and I'm a little pissed because I follow Ospreay on Instagram, and you know, scrolling through, you know, not looking for his shit, but I saw him with the belt. I was like, God damn it! But even with that spoiler, still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You kind of almost forget too sometimes.
Yeah, when wrestling spoilers doesn't really bother me as much. I just want to see a good match.
Yeah, it does suck though when like you get some shit like you already knew what was gonna happen and the match is shit, but with New Japan you forget those last 5 minutes of that match. Like, so we get into the next match. It was Naito versus Ishii. Now, 99.9%. We were 99.9% sure that Naito is not losing that match.
Yeah.
But there was actually a point in that match I was like, shit, he's gonna lose.
Mm.
But
That's
you know,
how they bring the drama in the wrestling ring.
yeah, and what like the last 2 to 5 minutes of a match should be, you should make the audience forget what they know, especially with these rumors.
Yeah.
And you know, like this guy over here fucking can't go a day without looking at those videos. The What Culture pro wrestling, that Ali dude, he's fucking awesome. He's actually really funny. But I rather not know or have any notion of what's going on. Like if Chris Jericho's gonna come back, I don't want to know 2 months before. I want to actually mark out. You know, like so I don't want to have any idea of what's gonna happen, even if I may have an idea. So like again with the Naito and Ishii, we knew Naito wasn't losing that match, but they did a good job of making you forget. And so yeah, and Naito won the match, and we follow that up with to get a little into the Naito and Ishii match, like fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You follow up one awesome match with another awesome match.
Yeah, Ishii just, he may not ever win the belt,
Mm-hmm.
but yo, he's like the gatekeeper that he will hold a good match.
Yeah, and that's crazy because right, so it may seem like a big deal that he's not gonna win the belt, or he's not gonna win the belt. Excuse me, not anytime soon, at least. But that doesn't define who he is as a wrestler. He's still going to be, like you said, the gatekeeper, and people are gonna have to go through him. You know, like even if Omega didn't have that U.S. title belt, he still would have been a guy that you have to go through to get to the Okadas and the Tanahashis and the Ibushis. I'm actually happy Ibushi's actually full time now. Now he could actually fucking win a belt. Yeah, so like with Ishii and even somebody like Evil, I think Evil's gonna win it eventually, but not just yet. I think maybe he'll win it before Ishii. But you know, the thing is, they're not defined by what title they have, what title they don't have. I mean, Okada's got the belt. Okada's earned that belt, and he's earned.
He's going to break that record.
Yeah, and it's cool because they do it in a way like they're not. You know, they had the G1 tournament, so that entire 2 months or something like that, that title wasn't defended. But it wasn't like he wasn't wrestling or he wasn't being pushed to the brink, or you know, like they do it in such a smart way where they give you things in doses. Like going back to the WWE, like we had KO and Styles every day. Like Tuesday and then Sunday, Tuesday, Sunday, or whatever, every week and until pay-per-view. So they're essentially wrestling each other 5-6 times a month, depending. Like, or even before when there wasn't the brand split, you know, you had people wrestling twice a week, and then plus the pay-per-view. It's like there's no, like, why can't certain people just fight other people just in fill of pay-per-views and build up to WrestleMania?
They have so many people on the roster to do it.
Exactly, and those guys don't even have to win it. Like you can have,
I mean, you could. It's okay to have a intercontinental, the main events of pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's okay to have tournaments here and there. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, you see how well the tournaments work
in
now.
the CWC and the Mae Young Classics.
Yeah, those things were way better than most of the shit we get, and that's a good way to keep people involved.
Look at the G1. They talk about, oh, you win the what do you call it, the shot at the Wrestle Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a perk.
Yeah.
The G1 is the prestige. The G1 tournament itself is the prestige.
Yeah, like you
winning the belts is just a perk.
Yeah, and you don't even have to win the G1 to get that sort of like that honor.
Put up a good show.
Yeah, because
like what Ishii did
Yeah.
like 3 years ago.
like, a matter of fact, this year, Ishii, Sonata, Evil, Juice Robinson only won a few matches, but the matches he won were big. Tanahashi, those guys, they didn't win the tournament, but they made so much of an impact that like, and you look at Survivor Series coming up, like that should be like a good way to put some of the bigger guys in a match together that is meaningful, but not not a title match. Like, that's how I always saw it. Remember, like, you had The Rock, Stone Cold, British Bulldog, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, all these guys in a match together that was very well big, but it wasn't, didn't have to be for the belt. Or it wasn't some stupid, like, oh, we're going to do SmackDown versus Raw, I mean, it makes sense. But there's no build up to it. Like, I remember, like, I think, was that one Survivor Series where, like, Rock bottomed, Bulldog into shit or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, like, but my whole thing is that, like, there was a lot.
I don't think it was a Survivor Series match. It was a.
It was
yeah. It was 1-on-1.
But I remember they did fight in the Survivor Series or something like that. They were on separate teams, but like, there's so much you can do. I mean, but they choose to oversaturate everything, and then like now going to the Okada and Evil match. We're not getting Okada Omega again. We're not getting. I don't. Providing that Omega stays or not, I don't think that's over. I still don't think that the G1 was Okada Omega 3. Though it was an amazing match. That match was for nothing.
True.
Well, I mean, it could be. Like, if that was 3, I'd accept it. Omega actually.
Well, they're all tied up. It's 1-1-1, so there have to be a rubber match somewhere down the line.
Yeah. And, yeah, I think it's not done yet, but if it's done, hey. But the fact is, we didn't get that, or they didn't rush us into a full-on, feud between them, Naito and Okada. They're easing into it. And, like, the way this event ended, where, Naito won his match, and Okada won his match, and then, Gato called out, Naito. They had their little, face off or whatever. But, and we're not going to see this till, and that's okay. Like,
it's Naito's time now.
yeah. Like, I part of me is not, it doesn't, like, Brock Lesnar being, it's not, okay, part of me is not bothered by a guy that's not defending the title all the time. My thing is that it should be somebody who's there all the time. Like, they don't have to wrestle every pay-per-view. Like, let them, like you said, let the Intercontinental title take the main road. He could even have a match. Doesn't even have to be for the title. Like, work him in a tag team match or some shit. But whatever. But we're gonna keep complaining about this until hopefully Triple H. I feel like Triple H will probably leave the company before he gets to take over.
You know what? You're probably right.
Yeah, he'll probably just be like, oh, fuck this
But
shit, I'm out.
If that's the case, then there's no point. There's no hope.
No hope. Because if imagine Stephanie running the company.
Oh yeah, Divas Revolution again. Yeah, get out of here.
The only thing I see happening with that is that she's gonna be calling Triple H every day, and Triple H is gonna be like directing her on the
She's just
without
spin off shit into reality shows.
yeah. Now Triple H, we need you. But yeah, so back like the Okada and Evil match, solid match, and I like how they did this. It was pretty much like people who beat those, like whoever was holding something like a title or some kind of thing, whoever beat them in the G1. That was a perfect opportunity to. It wasn't like, oh, just because like out of nowhere I'm gonna call somebody out and somebody's gonna just randomly appear. Like, no, like I beat you, I deserve what you got.
Yeah.
Like, I may not have won the tournament, but I beat you. Nobody else beat you but me.
Yeah.
Because, matter of fact, Omega only lost to Naito before Naito, it was Juice Robinson, right? No, he lost 2 matches.
Juice Robinson and Michael Elgin.
Yeah, and he fought both those guys, if I'm not mistaken. No, I don't think, did he ever get a shot at? Elgin never got the shot yet, right?
Elgin didn't get
No,
the
he
shot.
went after Suzuki.
Yeah.
So even Elgin, see, now you can do an Elgin Okada, I mean, an Elgin Omega angle before you do an Omega and somebody else angle, whoever he's beefing with more. I want to see, even though it's going to be Tanahashi and Ibushi, I want to see Ibushi and Omega. You know, they had the history together. It seemed like they were sort of hinting at a beef with, because, Okada kept using, Ibushi kept using the knee to finish people off. And it's kind of like they were hinting at, like, he was taking shots at Omega. But, yeah, so, Okada and Evil, solid match. A really good match. We all knew the outcome for the most part. But, again, they do a good job of making you forget at times. Those fucking... those close 3 counts are crazy. Like, the split second 2 counts.
Yeah.
And those things actually make you forget. Like, going back to the match before, I really thought for a split second that Ishii was going to take that briefcase from him. I mean, maybe he gets... Maybe they do it... they flip it around and this guy gets it back. But, I mean... They're just smart with their booking.
It's just that one opportunity.
Yeah, and that's cool. And you don't need a million shots to prove that you're the best. Like, you don't have to have the title a million times. Like, Okada's held... This is the first time he's held this title, right?
No.
Oh,
Okada? No, he's like this. This is like the 3rd or 4th time.
The 4th time he's had the heavyweight championship?
Yeah. Third. Wait. He lost to... Yeah, like around 4th time.
That's... I mean... Considering how many...
He lost to Tanahashi. He lost it to Tanahashi.
Dang, he's been around for that long?
He lost it to AJ Styles. He lost it to Naito.
Okay.
So it's like 4, yeah.
But that's still not, like, in a, what, 4 or 5 year span?
Yeah.
Like, that's not bad at all.
Oh, there's in like, I think 4 or 5 years, there's only been 4 champions in NJPW.
And if Okada had it, like, a couple times,
I think even more. It was I think even more. It was Tanahashi, Okada, AJ Styles, and Naito. Those were the 4 that held it. That held the belt for like the.
And that's been a while.
Yeah.
Oh, that has to be at least 6 years.
I could say around there.
So there you go. So dudes are holding it for, like who's the last outside of Brock Lesnar who's had the belt for however the
Goldberg,
only,
Kevin Owens.
But I mean who's
Finn
held it
Balor.
for the longest, and that's CM Punk. CM Punk had that almost I think he had over a year.
400 some days.
Oh damn, yeah, that I want to see more of that. Like when the New Day had the tag team championship for whatever amount of days, like that right there to me is it shows the prestige of a championship, not like winning losing. Like what they did to Sasha, I think was the most disrespect ever, because like you're not proving anything. All you're proving is that the title doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
You could win, lose. Don't let the title be on the line.
They don't care about the titles anymore.
No, and it's a shame. And like, actually, wait, how long has the Miz had the belt for? Because he's had it for a long time.
Yeah, for a while.
But I mean, but they don't even treat that belt like.
He didn't even defended it really.
Yeah, exactly. I think he had 1 title defense. If that, he's been in like tag team matches. They're gonna put him in that match with the Shield, against the Shield or whatever. So I mean, but that actually is cool. Because like this kind of like he doesn't have to.
If it's like that, then he should be in the spotlight from time to time.
That's the thing. It seems like they're doing the right thing, but they're really not.
I don't even remember the last time he really defended that belt.
Probably, damn, he didn't even it wasn't SummerSlam.
See?
Because I was wow.
See?
Yeah, we were always. It had to be.
Oh, Jason Jordan, but I mean before that.
And that wasn't even like a serious
Yeah.
I was just like, we're gonna throw him in there, and yeah, damn, I could say WrestleMania.
Oh God,
But yeah, it's like what we were talking about, that they don't have to wrestle for it all the time, but the way they're doing it is so wrong.
That goes to show they're forgettable champions.
Yeah, and it's a shame because this guy's actually like this guy actually treats the belt like it's like the Miz actually respects it. Like he respects his title reign, but the company doesn't. But whatever. Anywho, but yeah. So King of Pro Wrestling was another Another awesome ass
You're only gonna get awesome things from NJPW.
yeah. I think the only underwhelming match that like was a headline match that I've seen since I've been watching it this entire year was um Suzuki and Elgin, that lumberjack match. And I don't know, like I know they are who they are, and that they're that one heel faction in New Japan. So they kind of did the heel, and I excuse it. It's okay because it doesn't happen all the time. Because that was when the crazy dude, I always forget his name, interfered, hit him with that hit Elgin with that iron claw,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, but that I can excuse because it doesn't happen all the time. I was hoping they'd go a little more, but you could tell that Suzuki is getting old, so he can't do
Yeah.
the things that, like, because you look at the Elgin the Elgin Omega match in for the that U.S. tournament for the title, that was fucking sick. So like
Yeah.
you could tell that was just to supplement the fact that Suzuki can't really get around, but he could still get around, you know. But that's okay because we don't see that every night. I think that's the first time I saw that. Like, even if there's interference, it's never like. I mean, the Bullet Club came out and nobody interfered. I remember that the Okada and Cody match, nobody interfered. I mean, you know, they had that little altercation, but that was that. But yeah. So, and we actually have the Young Lion Cup. Should be happening tomorrow. I don't know how long that's gonna last for, but that's definitely something I'm gonna be tuning into.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, dude. I mean, anything they got is worth watching. Doesn't matter if it's like the main players or just the young lions, and it should be short, right? Because there's what, maybe about like 8 of them,
Yeah.
like if that. So, but yeah, so that's that. Yeah. So we'll be sorry, I lost train of thought. We'll be back in a couple days. I definitely want to talk about that Young Lion Cup, and definitely want to get into some of the trailers that we didn't really get into because this has been a long episode and you guys are probably falling asleep like Chris. So yeah, but we'll get back and we'll talk about all the awesome trailers from Comic-Con. Any parting words, X?
See you soon. That's it.
No free hugs? You too tired?
Yeah. For free hugs, everybody should know that by now.
24/7. Doesn't matter how sleepy he is. All right. Say bye, Chris.
Out of there.